They look at what happened in New Jersey, Massachusetts, Virginia, what's happening in Florida, what's happening in Nevada, what happened in Alaska in this primary. They look at that and say, oh, it's an anomaly. It's something is in the water or something. And when people say, well, you know what? It's the Tea Party. They go, well, the tea what? And they're wrong. What we have to do is fight to make sure that that tidal wave of freedom that is sweeping across the fruited plain doesn't peter out on the east slope of the Sierras, that it flows over the Sierras and floods California, that we take our legislature back, that we take our boards of supervisors back, that we take our city councils back. That means you have to be involved, right? That means we have to work together. All of us who believe in freedom.
We can change it in California. We can send a signal this election cycle by passing Prop 23, which would suspend the implementation of AB 32, and that alone would not only save California, but it would send a big message to the global warming alarmists out there who think this is the biggest issue out there. It's not. Unemployment, jobs, economy, that is where the real issues are today.
I'm going to ask something of you, and not just to show up these rallies and wear t-shirts and wave signs. I'm going to ask you to make a pledge today, right here, right now, if you can. I know these are tough economic times. I want to make a pledge that you're going to give at least $100 before November to a conservative candidate or a conservative cause. Because right now, the tax money you're giving to the United States government is working against you. It's making union bosses more powerful so that they can pressure their union members, so they can give their PAC money to candidates who want to fight against everything you stand for. It's being used, it was used to give to groups, so-called non-profit groups, that were getting out the vote that we know were just leftists, like Acorn.
Ever danger has threatened us. We don't wait for our leaders to act. We act ourselves and then tell our leaders to lead, follow, or get out of the way. That's how we've preserved our liberty through 9 generations. Today, this generation of Americans has arrived at one of the great turning points of our history. Upon the outcome of this struggle is nothing less than the question of whether America will fade away as yet another failed socialist state, or whether this generation of Americans will rescue, redeem, and restore the founding principles that once made the American Republic the most prosperous and successful in the history of the world. Something is stirring across our nation, something that we haven't seen in many decades, something that the Obama left does not understand and cannot possibly comprehend. It is called the American spirit, and it's back. It's right here at this rally and at other rallies like it across the country today. It's in every town hall, forum, and taxpayer rally across our nation. It has appeared every time our freedom has been threatened, and it is now returned in our own time. The Obama left might have supermajorities in both houses of Congress. They might have the most left-wing president in the history of our country. They might have most of the media and all of the union bosses, but they have lost the American people. Your voices in every forum that you can find every day have made the difference. And if you'll just keep it up, just keep doing what you're doing today, every day, history guarantees only one outcome. You will have saved our country. We stand ready to secure our borders and restore the sovereignty of our nation. We We stand ready to free America's vast energy resources and restore our nation's energy policy. We stand ready to reduce the obscene levels of spending that are destroying our economy and threatening our freedom, and we can begin by stopping the bailouts. Ladies and gentlemen, freedom works, and it's time we put it back to work. Alone, we can't reverse the damage that this administration has done. That's going to have to await 2012, when Barack Obama and his minions are turned out of office by the biggest election landslide in the nation's history. When historians look back on these days 1,000 years from now, let them record that just when it appeared that the principles of American freedom would founder, this generation of Americans rediscovered them, rallied to them, revived them, restored them, polished them, and passed them on shining and inviolate to the countless generations who followed. God bless you all. God bless our nation.
You know what? I cannot believe the numbers that are still coming in here. Let me give you that phone number again, just in case you have not called that number, so that we get accurate number count for this rally. Take yourself back in history, back to 1864. And President Lincoln has summoned General Fremont to encourage the American people. So place yourself back in time and let's welcome General Fremont.
We must arise, for we hold in our hands the fate of our republic. Whether it stands, whether it falters, and whether it endures, it's up to us. But I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the American public will endure and freedom will reign in America. This is our time to show we are children of noble parental blood by committing ourselves to the task which is before us. Victorious we must be, not merely for ourselves, but for men and women all over the world who are in slavery today. And as the scriptures say, though we may be troubled on every side, we are not distressed. Though we may be perplexed, we are not in despair. Though we may be persecuted, we are not beaten. And though we may be cast down, we shall never be destroyed. Freedom costs every generation. We are no different. You must quit yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, like those men and women before us who went and secured the liberty which you enjoy today. I salute you, because you are not children of the old bondwoman of old Europe, but you are children born free under these western skies. Be free. Protect your republic. That is your duty. That is your responsibility to God and to mankind. Protect your liberties. That is your duty to God, to country, and to family. I salute you. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
We are on the tail of tyranny in this country. We are not going to let it take us. We got a bunch of people that make up the Tea Party. We don't agree with each other 100%, right? We're smart enough to know that. I know this might not be popular, but our enemy is not a man. Our enemy is not a president. Our enemy is not a Speaker of the House. These are creepy people, I agree. But our enemy is a philosophy. And you can call it progressivism, socialism, you can even call it fascism, I call it big governmentism. Just get that big government bigger and bigger and bigger. That is our enemy. So it doesn't stop in November, and it doesn't stop 2 years from now either. We have to throw the bums out from both parties. You are your leader. We are our own leaders. They are our followers. You guys understand that? Wave your hand if you understand that we are the leaders. God bless you, Sacramento. God bless you, Tea Party patriots.
In D.C., when I was there for the Beck rally, I met another first-generation immigrant who told me her story. She told me, "I am not a hyphenated American. I am an American, loud and proud." Thank you, Nazi, for sharing with me and becoming such a beautiful American woman. And thank you, Klaus, for being my favorite patriot. So when we think in terms of being compassionate to tolerate illegal immigration, stop and think of the tens of millions of potential immigrants still patiently waiting for their chance to come.
Our nation is at another crossroads, and that is why you guys are here today. So I have some questions. Will we allow the three ships, the judicial, executive, and legislative branches of government, to go unchallenged, or will we discard them over into the harbor's water through our elections and our vote in November? Will we, as embattled citizens, fire another shot heard around the world? Will you pledge your life, fortune, and your sacred honor?
You know, back in 1776, the bell tolled. And when it tolled, the people responded. Well, folks, today, the bell is tolling. We at the Tea Party movement will not be silent this November. We will stand this November. And members of the media, we will stand not only this November when the bell tolls, we will stand in the next November when the bell tolls, and the next November when the bell tolls. Are we ready to stand? 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 The bottom line is, those in Washington will now and forever be held accountable to we the people, because the Tea Party is ready to stand. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
For the light of
Thank you. God bless America.
It was so phenomenal. I cannot believe how excited the Patriots were to be over there and getting their hands on constitutional books and readings and studyings that the books went like gangbusters. So it was a phenomenal event from one end to the other.
Great plans, good turnout.
American Tea
Great
Party.
speakers.
I was thrilled to be here and thrilled for the opportunity to share it with my kids and have them be interested in the country's future.
Take back America, for Americans, for freedom.
Great.
We love America.
We're going the distance. Get this done.
This was amazing. I am so excited about the crowd that turned out. I'm excited about their passion, their enthusiasm. I'm excited for America. This is America's victory.